Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison is a coming-of-age novel focusing on Macanded III, also known as Milkman. Milkman was christened as such because of his mother's choice to breastfeed him into late childhood. Milkman is always different as a child, but his best friend Guitar accepts him and his strange nickname. With the help of Guitar, Milkman meets his Aunt Pilati and his second cousin Hagar, who he immediately falls for. Milkman idles through life until he reaches his 30s, when he decides to embark on a journey to Virginia to uncover the story of his heritage and find the lost treasure.
The overarching themes include self-discovery, identity, family, and violence. The major characters are Milkman, Pilot, Macanded II, Guitar, Hagar, and Ruth. Milkman is the focus of the book. Pilati is Milkman's strange aunt and second mother. Macanded II is Milkman's father. Guitar is Milkman's best friend. Hagar is Milkman's cousin, lover, and almost murderer. And Ruth is Milkman's mother. The major events include Milkman's journey and Guitar's first attempt on Milkman's life. Milkman's journey leads to sufficient self-improvement, and Guitar's violence shapes the end of the novel. Some of the major symbols are the gold, the bones, the bobcat, and the earring. The gold signifies the greed of the dead family, the bones signify Pilati's guilt, and the bobcat signifies Milkman's fear, and Pilot's earrings signifies her connection with her father.
Song of Solomon was written in 1977, right after the Civil Rights Movement. It was set from 1930 until 1963, a time period that included the Great Depression, Great Migration, World War II, and the Civil Rights era. The story is set in a fictional community in Michigan, which represents the many urban black neighborhoods that formed in the North after the Great Migration. The lynching of black people continued to occur during this time period as well. Morrison references church bombings and lynching in her story, and the title of the book comes from a scroll in the Old Testament called Song of Solomon.
The book Song of Solomon answered the question, what does it mean to be an American, excellently, because it shows that for African American people, being an American means living in an oppressive society. This book touches on the tragedies of Emmett Till's lynching and the death of the 4 girls in the bombed church. It also shows that being an American means resistance. Macanded II fights continuously to live a life of prosperity and is feared and respected by his family and community. This book is an important piece of American literature because it discusses many complex relationships and elements of society that are often hidden. Milkman has many complicated family relationships, including a sexual relationship with his second cousin and a violent relationship with his father. This book can help us understand the history of America and the lower middle class experience. Some characters in the novel have house insecurity, while others profit off anything they can.
Chloe Ardelia Wofford was born on February 18, 1931, to Rama and George Wofford in a small working-class African-American home in Lorain, Ohio. From a very early age, Chloe was heavily exposed to her African-American heritage. When she was 12, she converted to Catholicism and was called Anthony, a baptismal name after St. Anthony, and went by the nickname Tony. She was an exceptional scholar all through high school and went on to study art and literature at a number of reputable universities, including Howard University and Cornell University. She did this while paving the way for young African Americans and representing them as an important figure in American literature. She grabbed the world's attention with her incredible writing and messages, doing it all while being a single mom with 2 kids. She even took on playwriting, creating a show that told the story of Emmett Till, a young boy that was lynched in Mississippi in 1955. Toni played a vital role in bringing Black literature into the mainstream and continues to leave her mark to this day. Some significant events that Toni experienced include one of her father when he was 15. There had been a lynching of 2 Black men that lived on his street in Alabama. Toni discussed it, saying, "He told us he'd never seen the bodies, but he had seen them, and it was too traumatic, I think, for him." Fast forward many years to when Toni was 2. Her family's landlord set their house on fire while the entire family was inside because her parents were unable to pay rent. Her family responded with laughter, believing that to be calm and have integrity is the best way to claim one's own life while faced with acts of monumental crudeness.
In conclusion, Song of Solomon was a wild ride with many twists and turns. We might recommend this book to those who are looking for a challenge or are into works of Toni Morrison. Thanks for watching!